Hello everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today we're going to be discussing the latest reveals that Mondo did for the Real Ghostbusters line. So we are going to be discussing the Janine figure that they released, and also we're going to talk about the Lewis figure with the Grundel 2-pack. So first thing I want to mention is that I do have a membership program. So for $2 a month, you get a lot of really cool stuff like behind the scenes, blooper reels, and more. So without any further ado, roll that intro. All right, so first we're going to talk about Janine. Now, I know I'm a little late to the party. I was just waiting for the right time to actually discuss this figure. So let's take a look at her, all right? So here we got the picture of her. You can see all the accessories and stuff that they're saying that she's coming with at this point in time. The figure hasn't been made yet, so there can always be changes. So first off, you're looking at the figure herself. You know, she's wearing the standard Janine outfit that she would in the cartoon. She comes with 2 alternate heads, a few alternate hands. It also looks like she comes with a book. Now, she does have a setup that looks pretty cool here, and that's how you can obviously disconnect her at the torso, and then you can add her into a sitting position like she would at the table. So I do like that, as well as the chair. And then she comes with her desk, and it looks like there's a couple ghosts or something that comes out of the drawer. And, of course, a Slimer. So I'm liking the setup for this figure. I think there's a lot of cool stuff that she's coming with. And overall, you know, I'm actually really looking forward to this particular figure. All right, so next we got Louis Tully and the Grundel. Now this set I'm excited for, but not excited for. So first we're going to start talking about these figures. So first off, the Louis Tully figure so far looks pretty decent. He definitely does capture the look from the cartoon. I do like his overall look. He comes with a bunch of repurposed stuff that the other Ghostbusters figures had, such as, you know, the proton pack, the trap, and the gloves, which all of them come with. He also comes with the spectral goggles that Ray comes with, and the PKE meter that Egon comes with. Plus, it looks like he comes with 2 proton particle beams for the neutron wand. And of course, he comes with the Grundel going into the trap. So he does come with pretty much your standard Ghostbuster gear. Now the Grundel is pretty neat. I'm liking how the Grundel looks so far. I love the overall look to him. He comes with 2 heads, and he also comes with the child possessed form. Because for any of you who aren't very much aware of that episode, the Grundel is pretty much a demonic entity that was literally possessing a child, you know, trying to get him to do bad and what have you until he could finally fully possess the child. Yeah, kids' cartoons of the 80s. Gotta love them. So, you know, eventually he became into full Grundel mode. So, you know, that was an awesome episode. Would highly recommend checking it out. So, I like everything they did with the Grundel. Now, here's the thing, and here's my question that I want to discuss with people about this particular set. So, Louis Tully does look good. I'm not going to say he doesn't look good, but in all honesty, he's not really a figure I'm interested in. I mean, he's a good-looking figure. I do like the detail to him, but I'm not really super interested in him as an action figure. You know, the Grundel, totally. I totally want him. He's definitely a figure I do want, but Louis himself, you know, I could take or leave. You know, and once again, it's not that he's a bad figure or even so much of a bad character, but he was just a character in the cartoon that I wasn't even super interested, even in the movies. Like in the first movie, I thought that he did his part. He was a great character in the first movie. The second movie, he was one of the few things about the second movie I wasn't really a big fan of. All right, so we looked at both of these figures. And now I want to start discussing this with you guys because I want to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think about both of these reveals? Are you liking them? Are you disliking them? Janine, I think I really liked the Janine. I really am going to, see if I could get her when she finally comes out. I believe that she's a very important part of the Ghostbuster team. You know, I mean, everybody loves the four Ghostbusters, but let's be honest. Without Janine, the team is nothing. She is a major part of the team. And I felt like the cartoon even made her more of a major part of the team. So, her as a figure, I would definitely want. All right. I'm definitely looking forward to her. And I think she's a great figure. I like the overall look to her. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about it? Are you guys excited for her? Do you think, she's going to be worth the money? Because remember, Mondo figures aren't cheap. So she'll probably go for, with the desk and everything, probably close to $200, I would think, too, or maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, you know. So you got to sit there and wonder, is this figure worth 200? With her in the desk, for me, yes, she is. I think she would be a great addition to add to the Ghostbuster collection. All right, now on the other side here, we got Louis Tully and the Grundel. All right, like I told you earlier, I like him as a figure. I mean, I liked him as a side character, but I don't really know if I really want this particular figure. The Grundel, 100%. I'm all about the Grundel. I want to add him to my Ghosts and Spooks, collection. But Louis Tully, I could give or take with him, especially for Mondo prices. And I think that's where it is for me personally. Like, this set will probably also be about $200 or maybe more, because that's how much each of the Ghostbuster sets were about, roughly about $200 for a Ghostbuster and, spectral, villain. So with this one, I would pretty much guesstimate that they're, be a $200 set. So my question to you is, do you like Louis Tully enough to pay that kind of money? For me personally, it's a no. And it's not because he's not a good figure. It isn't that I, didn't really like the character. He's not that big of a character to me. I could take him or leave him. He'd be one of those guys, like if I saw him cheap somewhere, I'd pick him up. But he's not, major piece for my set. And as for the Grundle, I would probably wait for this set, because what it's looking like is that they're going to start releasing the Ghosts separate. They'll be a little bit different, but they will be separate because they already have Sam Hain now. They already released Sam Hain as a solo figure. The only real difference is I think he came with different heads. He came with the two little goblins that let him out of his imprisonment, and he's in purple instead of the black, because I think brown. Yeah, the original one was in a brown. The new one's in purple. So it looks like they are going to start releasing some of these spectral villains as, individual characters. And I say spectral villains because, as anybody knows with the Ghostbusters, not all their villains are ghosts. Some are other type of entities, demons, and so forth. Like, excuse me, the Boogeyman. He's not a ghost. He's some sort of spectral entity. They didn't really get into what kind of creature he is, but they did specify that he was not a ghost. So, my question is, do you want the Louis Tully Grundle set? Do you think that is worth $200 to you? Do you really think that Louis Tully is a figure that you really want for your collection? Or even the Grundle? You may want the Louis Tully, but not the Grundle, which is understandable as well. He's also a shorter figure than the other Ghostbusters too, as you look at him. So they may cut the price down a little bit, but I doubt it. Now, one thing I do want to mention about both of these sets, and I didn't really say so much in the Louis Tully one because I was going to bring it up here. They both come with a Slimer. Hers looks like he's kind of like blowing a kiss or something, and then Louis's comes with a Slimer with the pack on. All right, and this is kind of making me nervous, because now this is 1, 2. So now we got 2 more versions of Slimer that comes with these. Oh, also the Sam Hain standalone figure also comes with a Slimer. So that makes 4. That makes 4 Slimers floating out there. I like Slimer just as much as anybody else who watched the Real Ghostbusters. But, I don't know if I want 4 or 5 different figures for him either, I liked Slimer when he was just a side character and he worked for, certain parts in the storylines and stuff. And then when they went full-blown Slimer and the Ghostbusters, that just killed it for me and most folks. And I'm hoping Mondo ain't doing that with this line. I hope they're not going to have a Slimer with almost every single figure that comes out. So that's a bit of a concern to me. But overall, I am looking forward to Janine. I'm looking forward to the Grundel. Lewis, I can take or leave. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Do you like these figures? Do you like her? Do you want all of them? Do you say, maybe this one, not that one? I want you guys to leave comments in the comment section, because I really want to know what you guys think, and I want a discussion in the comments about these figures. So with that being said, I hope you guys did like this discussion. The first thing I want to do is mention my shout outs. First on that list is Byron Bassett and his alter ego, Humongous. He does a lot of things to help out with the channel, and he's a big supporter of the channel. Plus, he has his own YouTube channel, so I'd advise that you check that out, and a show that he does every Sunday. And of course, all his information is in the description, so, please check that out. Next on that list is Action Figure Geeks. It's a Reddit channel that I'm part of. They are also a big supporter of this channel. Check their information out in the description as well. And most of all of you. I thank all of you for watching, for sharing, for liking, becoming members, and all the other things that you guys do for this channel. It is very much appreciated. So with all that being said, the two things I want to ask is that you do check out my Ghostbuster playlist and also my membership program. Plus hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.